We have breaking news now out of Idaho. A jury has just found Lori Vallow guilty on all charges related to the murders of her 2 children. Prosecutors said Vallow killed her youngest kid, 7-year-old Joshua and 16-year-old Tylee. The children disappeared back in September of 2019. Police found their bodies in June of 2020, buried on a property belonging to Vallow's new husband. NBC News correspondent Dana Griffin is tracking this story and trial for us. Dana, walk us through this verdict.
So as that verdict was being read, Vicky, Lori Vallow stood there and listened, showed no reaction. Again, she faced 6 counts, including 2 counts of first-degree murder, 3 counts of conspiracy to commit murder, including for Tammy Daybell, her husband Chad's former wife, and also grand theft for taking those Social Security checks that should have gone to her kids and knowing that they were dead. The jury deliberated yesterday for several hours. They even stayed for a dinner and went back to deliberating. So we thought that we would get a verdict late last night, but that did not happen. They deliberated for an additional 3 hours today. And as you mentioned, guilty on all charges. She faces life in prison for the deaths of her 2 children who vanished in September 2019. Tammy Daybell, Chad Daybell's wife, that's the man that Lori married just months after she died, and then 2 weeks later she married Chad, and then her kids went missing in September. They weren't reported missing until November by JJ's grandparents. Lori was arrested in February 2020, and her children's bodies were discovered in June, buried in Chad Daybell's backyard. We're seeing video of them in Hawaii as the world was looking for her 2 children. She was off to Hawaii, seen in a bikini poolside, and that's what really created a lot of outrage in this case is the fact that she never reported her kids missing. And although she claims that she, did not kill her kids, the judge made it clear that even if she was in on it or had her brother, Alex Cox, who was another key figure, he passed away, and Chad Daybell, even if they may have committed the murders, she is still being convicted on these deaths. Now, an interesting part about this whole thing is, prosecutors really pointed to her fringe religious beliefs, and they painted her as this doomsday cult mom who believed that her kids were zombies and had dark spirits, and believed that that may have been why she eliminated them. But the prosecution painted a different picture. They said sex, money, and power was what this was all about. And here we are with the verdict. They have not set a sentencing date, but again, Lori Vallow Daybell faces life in prison for the deaths of her 2 young children. Back
all
to
right,
you.
Dana Griffin. Thank you, Dana.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.